chump.
Yeah,
that teleporter is super valuable on this map.
Yeah, at least today I've had so many discussions about Symmetra and her value on defense. I mean, I was thinking more on offense to get the offensive team back in the game. But really, if you don't have Symmetra on D and you die, or you lose 2 players on that first attack, you're not going to get in the point. So Red electing to go with 2 Winston to start this game.
We're going to start out watching McCree on offense. He does get picked off very, very quickly by the sniper.
Matt is already on fire. Matt has taken down 2 to 3 players with damage amp.
Switching to Matt's view. Watching him scoot out of there as Winston jumps up to the bridge. He's just going to grapple down. Still trying to pick off players at the point. Does actually pick off Farah before she can even take off.
One of Red's Winstons has enough problems here to get out of the base.
Ouch. One of the Winstons got flattened by the sniper. Alright, red team pushing forward. They are actually moving payload now. Winston did jump up and actually take out that Widowmaker. Once again, we were talking about how Winston has that mobility and can just disrupt backlines in an instant.
Matt deciding to continue to stay on the Widowmaker.
Yep, switching views to Clockwork now. He does have Deadeye available. We'll see if he opts to use it as the blue team returns. Nope, he's going to get hooked instead, and this is a very dangerous situation for McCree, but he is going to drop his flashbang and fan and get out of there safely. Oh, Justice does ring from above, though, and it looks like id is going to be able to pick off 1 or 2 players, including that McCree.
They've already pushed the payload down under the bridge, though, on the other side.
Yep, switching back to Seagull's view, one of the main damage dealers here for the attacking side. He does have his ult once again already. He can choose to pop that. No, Symmetra turret's actually finishing him off there as he tries to swoop in to grab that heal pack. That was Clockwork who took out Farah.
We must work together.
Winston going ape inside this little closet here. Flashbang goes down. Roadhog picked off very easily. Deadeye is still available for Clockwork. They are pushing that payload pretty hard. Dahang is trying to repel them with his Reinhardt, but I'm surprised the red team is actually just pushing up, messing with that backline. No one's actually on the payload at the moment. Reinhardt does ult. He's going to scoot in. He doesn't actually scoop the kill on McCree. Flashbang goes down. Fan. And Reinhardt's still up way in the back here. McCree's trying to tool him, get past that shield. He does punch him down for the kill.
McCree is able to destroy Reinhardt up close.
He also had Mercy
Probably not how it should be.
Probably not how it should be, you say?
I mean, McCree's more of the longer range type of character, so for him to be able to get in Reinhardt's face and kind of shut him down.
It's kind of
maybe a little bit troubling.
Alright, so defense does have a teleporter. Oh, but Winston's actually taking it out. Enigma, good job there. Or sorry, Mesrar. There's 2 Winstons.
Matt is deciding to switch off of Widowmaker and go McCree. I think this is the right decision to make. Red team is using 2 Winstons, and as soon as we say that, red team only now is 1 Winston, and Enigma is going to use that Tracer. So Tracer, as I mentioned earlier, great on this map, causing a lot of problems. Red team already did their job by making sure Matt went off of Widowmaker, so there's no need for 2 more Winstons.
Yeah, that's great. Mesrar is going to continue on just the solo Winston. He did a good job actually messing up that backline for a while, grabbing players as they were returning to the forefront. But now blue team defensive side is actually just repelling them very well. The payload's moving, but blue team is very pushed up, picking off reinforcements. Offensive McCree goes down, but Seagull does have that Mercy tailing him, so he might be able to push through. It looks like he does force Reinhardt back down. Lucio ult means that checkpoint's going to be secured. High noon from McCree. Farah moving in to try and disrupt that. Looks like he did actually disrupt it pretty well. Seagull just moving forward aggressively here. He does have a little bit of speed boost from Lucio, so this fair is going to be very hard to hit. Using the E to blast off of the wall and just thrust forward into that blue backline. Now the red team is pushed way up. That payload's going to get some good mileage out of those kills.
Yeah, people have been, you know, messing around with Pharaoh and what you could do with the rocket jumps and the burst nade. You try to get yourself some momentum before you push off.
Rains from above.
Oh, Seagull opts to pop his ultimate just to kill that Roadhog, but it was actually good timing. It was after the Mercy ult was used, so Roadhog's going to be out of the fight for a long time. And now the payload's being pushed by basically the entire red team. No one is dead for them at the moment.
Enigma's Tracer causing lots of problems already.
Alright, we'll watch him.
We're seeing any blue reinforcements to try to have to deal with her. That's allowing the other team to push the point. The payload is running fast.
Yeah, Seagull and Enigma both just doing a great job splitting those defenses, while Lucio and the core push team with McCree and Mercy are just having an easy time of it.
Guys, heads up.
I just want everyone to know, at the end of watching this later, Tracer's triple blink has to go.
It has to go?
It's too ridiculous. It has to go. It has to be maybe 2 blink smack. She cannot have triple blink and be able to recall, because you could do 2 blinks recall and then blink right after the recall. It's ridiculous. It
That's
causes
true.
too many defensive players to try to get her, too many problems that she causes with not enough skill involved. I mean, it is a very skillful character because she has low health, and you can't let her die and such. To get to all of his moves just cause so many problems, especially for the defending team. Cannot be how it is. I would personally like to see 1 blink removed from her skill set.
For a max of 2? Interesting.
Yeah, I think 3 is just way too much. She can get around the map too fast. And the biggest thing is being able to do her recall and then do it a blink right after. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's interesting because, I mean, Tracer's been this same iteration since I was testing this in May. Like, they haven't really done anything to Tracer, and they know how powerful she is because there are some, you know, those Blizzard testers that were playing last night who are just wrecking people, 20+ kills every time. And
I mean,
they haven't changed her at all.
I wouldn't say with the Blizzard testers, of course, they're great players. They've been developing the game. I mean, you've had people that are working in that company that may not have been working on the game, but they've been able to play the game for a long time. But you can see with, you know, current professional players in other games that are semi-similar, such as Team Fortress 2 and Quake and Firefall, etc. You have people who've been playing first-person shooters for a long time who can abuse these characters quite heavily. And I mean, I don't know what's going on inside Blizzard, but from what I've seen in the past 5 days, something's got to be done with Tracer. She's the #1 character that I think needs to have some type of change.
Rains from above.
I think you may be right. Seagull actually using Rain from Above does pick off just 1 blue defender there, but the red team now is going to be stalled out unless they can get through this back. Reinhardt just flinging fireballs, Pharah just shelling with rockets. This is the hardest part of the entire map, this last stretch, because the blue team has such quick access to get right back up, and the red team just has to run so far. McCree, for example, takes him 20+ seconds just to return to the fight, so if they're able to pick him off, it's just brutal. You can see the blue team pushing up now because they did successfully pick off that McCree. McCree down again means that it's going to be, you know, easy time for the blue team. Coolmat69 getting damage amped. He's just picking people off out the door. No way anyone's even going to be able to approach that payload unless they're able to form up inside the building here before they push out. Tracer on that backline again. Does not see McCree, but does rewind and now has an opportunity to pick him off.
Tailspin now using offensive Tracer. Enigma has decided to switch to Reinhardt, probably for the final push.
Tailspin's on the defensive Tracer.
Yeah.
Okay, Deadeye is available.
Ooh, well, they got down full mat here. Is their chance to push this payload?
Clockwork's got Deadeye. Seagull is on top of the payload, moving it as best he can. There's a Reinhardt versus McCree duel about to go down. Flashbang happens, but Reinhardt actually smacks the hell out of him. Clockwork gets flattened to hang LOLs for good measure. Alright, defensive Reinhardt trying to just swat this Winston away, get him down as quickly as he can. There's only 90 seconds left in the map, so if Reinhardt can just keep that payload either contested or pushing backwards, it's going to be great for them. Winston's body just flung off the side of the map.
Gotta love those physics.
Oh yeah, sometimes a tracer bomb goes off and bodies just fly in all directions. It's really awesome. Farah sometimes will just fly straight up in the air if she takes off and gets killed.
I think part of that is the game, but also the lag compensation. Because, I mean, we were able to play America versus Europe without too many problems, and I think part of the weirdness with bodies flying everywhere is how they're able to have client-side lag and stuff.
Oh, Enigma with a huge Reinhardt ult. Oh my goodness, that's going to win the game. Basically, the last couple of defenders that were standing just got absolutely dismantled, and red Team TF2 is able to push all the way into the payload. Well done by them once again.
In competitive play, you can't count out how important the Lucios have been. Probably not as much as in public play because you have to be, well coordinated to make it work. But Lucio is able to speed up the whole process so much more. He has, the damage, and Benny has the healing. I see Lucio continuing to be in the meta for as long as it takes until someone's able to find a good way to stop it.
I agree. In fact, a double Lucio comp could even be really exciting with the speed boost and the heal boost going at all times. If you can figure out a good composition to work with two Lucios, I think it's going to be incredibly good because you can alternate his ultimates to keep super high health pools. So if you have characters that benefit from being very speedy, you could make a pretty ridiculous composition. We'll see if that ever happens. Match time is 10 minutes 18 seconds. Thank you, referee Too Good.
And I've seen a lot of Lucio and Mercy paired. Not quite sure if we'll see double Lucio. I think for the time being, we'll probably see that pair continue to be standard. I mean, Mercy is a great character right now. I don't ever foresee a game not having a Mercy in it, a competitive game, that is. I think people are still trying to figure out if Reinhardt is going to be the de facto tank. It seems like it is. On offense, I think Winston is probably going to be, you're going to see him in most lineups. For games that are about pushing the payload, you'll probably definitely see Reinhardt more often than not.
Yeah, he's just a god pushing payloads, just having 2,000 damage able to be absorbed every single time you pop that shield up, and it regenerates fairly quickly. Like, Reinhardt can actually have his whole shield depleted, he can shift away, and then by the time he returns to the payload, he's got his shield at full again. Mesra off of Winston now on Roadhog for defense. I think, what do you think about
Roadhog on D is pretty good. Roadhog is great for getting the Pharaoh. Roadhog is even good at getting, long-range characters like the McCree or the Widowmaker if they're not careful, because for McCree or Widowmaker to kill the Roadhog before they get hooked is, takes a lot of shot. Widowmaker can't do it at all. McCree, you have to hit all 6.
Yeah, I think Roadhog's really amazing against payloads as well because of his ultimate, just being able to push people off in all directions. It's nice to scatter them. I'm watching Seagull right now. He did have Mercy damage amping him. Now he does again to start the game. No snipers on the defensive team. Clockwork is playing McCree. That's the closest they've got.
No, not a very sniper-heavy team, but I would stay on map to begin this game. See what we can do.
Alright, I've got Tailspin's View now, playing as Tracer, trying to disrupt that backline. He's going after Mercy, does rewind all the way back to the bridge. Pretty slick move there. He's just pouring in some damage on McCree now, keeping him out of the fight. Tracer's really good at drawing attention away. McCree is down, so Tracer picked off Mercy's next. And Tracer just dismantling the back end here while the red team pushes forward. Winston leaping up. He's got Zarya as well. No, offense is not using Zarya. Sorry, defense is.
Dahang wins the Reinhardt battle, and they're gonna push this payload pretty quick.
Yep, taking Dahang's view, since we were just talking about, Reinhardt and that shield. You guys can see it in action. Right now, the blue team is returning to the fray. Roadhog getting pushed back by Farah. Seagull is pushing him back. Oh, sorry, Id is on the offensive Farah this time around.
Id and Seagull both like Pharah. I mean, Pharah is a great character. I think can be used at both defense and offense. Does a lot of damage. Not convinced we will see her as competitive play moves on. I think she's a big favorite because of, you know, Quake, Team Fortress background, use of rockets, they shoot really fast, her ultimate's really good. But she can die easily, she can be countered by McCree's and Widowmaker. But for now, I think we'll continue to see her as players really like her, and that's one of the driving factors.
Alright, we just watched a Widowmaker that was cool, Matt. He actually got a pick on a Pharah, but then McCree, with a Mercy backing him, was able to take out the sniper. Now the blue team has re-established defense here at this checkpoint, but after the checkpoint has already been reached, which means the red team is respawning very nearby, and the blue team has a bit of a jog if they do get taken out, as Clockwork does fall right there.
No one can hide on my sight.
Cool Matt still sniping offensively. Not sure what he's able to get accomplished there. We're watching Id on the offensive Pharah at the moment. Looks like they do have Recon Visor up, so they know where that enemy Pharah is. Getting some free time to push while blue team returns to the fray. Someone in chat just asked, wait, is this the slasher with the Korean wife?
What a great intro. Ooh, sick ultimate from ID, kills 4. They're going to be able to get this checkpoint pretty easily. Again, I don't think Clock has died once this whole game.
Check out
the offensive Mercy.
All these players on fire on the red team too.
You don't kill Mercy, you're going to have a problem.
You're going to have
it's
a bad
pretty
time.
much how this game I have seen so far. If you don't do a significant attempt to kill the enemy Mercy, your life is just much harder.
Alright, let's actually watch Mercy for the first time during this scrim and see what playing Mercy is actually like.
I mean,
you basically point at your teammates a lot.
She doesn't probably get the respect because she's not doing any damage.
No one can hide.
But she's probably the most integral part of the entire team.
Oh, it says... I actually had no idea. I haven't played Mercy at all, apparently. I didn't know she got an icon saying that her teammates were dead.
Yeah, because she's able to res.
Right.
So you're able to see how low your teammate's health is, and you're able to see when they die.
I assumed that was going to have to be a presence of mind thing. I didn't know that there was an icon associated. That's cool, though.
It shows whenever your teammates are low or half health.
Alright, we're switching to the defensive Zarya, because I knew that ult was coming, and there it is. He does catch almost everyone with it. Pharah trying to clean up the mess. Revive comes down from Dummy before Dummy gets killed, and the blue team is able to pick off 3-4 members of the red team. Id and Chump are the last two standing.
That was a nice defense. I mean, as we see the competitive play get more and more advanced, I think a lot of it's going to come down to when teams use their ultimates together. Because that's really going to show team play and be able to do as much damage as possible. And that'll just take time for teams to get used to.
Alright, so the blue team has reestablished dominance over this payload once again. The red team is going to have to form up and try and figure out what to do here. Dahang, of course, leading the charge with that Reinhardt shield, and we do have Sniper on the very top, Cool Matt catching that damage amp. Unfortunately, Cool Matt's only target right now is the enemy Reinhardt with his shield up, so just kind of a standstill at the moment until someone gets to the back line. There's Chump leaping in, trying to take out Pharah, but we're watching Seagull right now deal with him pretty effectively and just jump away. Payload did move up during all that, though, and it looks like Seagull's just shelling down, trying to hit whatever he can, aiming at doorways. Reinhardt and Tracer are on the point now, all the way up at the capture area. It looks like 2 or 3 blue members did die there.
Defensive team electing to use Winston and Tracer on D. I think the Tracer is to try to get rid of Matt, specifically. Just cause as many problems for Matt as possible and try to get the enemy Mercy.
Alright, we've got a little bit of a Pharah duel happening now. It looks like Id did lose that duel on the attack side, but Seagull did get taken out as well. The key to winning a Pharah duel, in my opinion and my experience just playing casuals, you want to be the last person to jump. You want to have the enemy Pharah below you at all times, because as they slowly descend to the ground or the wall or the whatever, your splash damage is going to end up hitting them more, and they're shooting up at you. They have to be dead accurate with their rockets, so just keep that in mind if you're ever in a Pharah duel. Time bomb goes down from Tracer. Doesn't look like it did anything, unfortunately, for the defensive team, or for the offensive team.
We're seeing a Tracer battle now between Tailspin and Enigma. Once again, nobody dies. They all just run around each other for 5 minutes. Nothing happened, and that's Tracer.
Well, I mean, they know that dueling the enemy Tracer is pointless, so they move on to their separate ways. Tailspin looping around the back, just trying to mess with Mercy now at this point, but Tailspin is also going to be trapped here. Yep, taken out pretty easily.
Yeah, taking out that Mercy would have been a huge deal. They might have been able to push this point faster. But as Dummy stays alive, it just makes Red Team much more difficult.
Okay, still 4 minutes left for this attacking team. They just got through the hangar so quickly that they've got plenty of time to deal with this. Oh, nice time bomb going down, but it didn't actually... Oh yeah, it did take out id, and Coolmat got some damage as well, so they are going to get rezzed by Mercy. Reinhardt dies immediately after, though, and so does Mercy, so the blue team is just dunking. Actually, no, 5 members of the blue team are down. How did that even happen? What a crazy trade there.
Enigma trying to cause a lot of problems in the back, but not able to do enough damage.
Watching Tailspin now, the red team, it might be a good idea to try and jam up those doors, but there's actually not enough of them here at the front line. They're just going to settle for pushing the payload a little bit. We got another Tracer duel going on inside. Tailspin using his rewind and evading, basically getting away from that enemy Tracer. Blue Mercy res does come up for defense to try and stall this payload. 3.5 minutes left. Oplad on Reinhardt, flattening Tailspin, getting him out of the fight. Tailspin also, or sorry, Chump also getting killed there, and blue team has regained control.
Yeah, Clock died there in the middle of the fight. I mean, as soon as your Mercy died, you kind of have to regroup and wait a little bit. Coolmat has his ultimate. They may try to play around him with the damage boost. They are. Mercy is with Matt now.
Alright, lots of action happening inside. Tailspin does pick off Seagull. Seagull's going to be down. They're going to be missing that damage. And for this last push.
Matt using his ultimate.
Ah, he got smacked by Winston. I love the tumbleweed that appears when McCree ults. Spontaneous tumbleweed. Switching back to Tailspin now. He rewinds to regain full health, taking out that Reinhardt from behind. Red team does have a couple of guys on the point, but McCree with Mercy should be able to clean things up. Tailspin does get flopped as well, and blue team once again just hanging on just barely.
So close.
I'm going to take
Seagull's
Seagull's view.
to group up right now.
Seagull has Rain from Above on, or sorry, not on cooldown, available. There is no cooldown.
Yeah, this is a great
ultimates.
position for Pharaoh on this map, because people can try to fly over the right side to get as a flank, and Pharaoh has to make sure that that does not happen.
Only about 100 seconds left for red team. They are pushing up forward with the tanks first.
He's going for the flank with Pharaoh, just as we say.
Seagull actually jumps in the back line
spot
of the
him.
attacker as well, yeah.
So ID able to get the flank on. They're not able to shut him down.
Yeah, only 2 dead on blue, but 2 also dead on red means that it's going to be very hard for them to push this payload.
ID gets one.
Farah's actually
battle,
each took
near the
each other
payload.
out. Oplad has a lot of health, and there's that blue res from Mercy. Alright, Dehang, he's going to be the forerunner here. This could be their last push, honestly, with only 60 seconds left. If anyone dies at this point, it's going to be a pain in the ass to try and get back to that front line. Dehang soaking lots of damage from Seagull, getting the heal boost back up from Mercy. Seagull going to hop over the wall there, try and have a little duel with Id. Id also has his Mercy healing him up. A little bit of a Farah fight, and a little bit of a whiff, actually. Seagull hits E.
That's a big deal. Clock had ultimate. Clock is down.
Clock is down, Chump is forward. Looks like ID is also going to get picked off. Seagull is prioritizing him. Yep, he is dead as well. Payload's contested, but only 30 seconds left, and blue team seems to be back in control. That's basically all she wrote, folks. It's going to be nigh impossible for red team to mount this offense.
Well, they got 20 seconds. All they have to do is get one person on the point. I think we're going to see one final attack.
Oplad does have his ult, though, so I have a feeling he's going to just
Here we
squash
go.
him.
He's going to try to go on the left side. Clock does have his ultimate.
Oplad ults.
Nice.
Mercy res. Oh,
res
counter!
for dying.
Counter Reinhardt ult flattens Oplad. Enigma in low health, having to get out of there. Clockwork standing on top of the point. He's not going to last long. Red team could actually do this. High Noon coming in from the red McCree. Tailspin
Seagull's
just
still alive.
zipping around, killing everyone he can.
Seagull's
They're going to
still
win in
alive.
overtime. But they were slower than the other team. Well done, regardless. Really great finish.
Play of the game.
Yeah, there's a few points on this map. One is where you see ID right here, which is perfect for Pharaoh, jumping on top of that ship and being able to shoot down as all the enemy team comes through spawn is a great location. And then at the end of the map where you see Pharaoh goes on that left side, you have to be very careful because no other characters can really jump over that side to get a flank on. So where you saw Seagull position himself with the Pharaoh, that is to play defense. One, he wants to get, you know, height on the spawn, but really able to defend that right side. So that ID isn't able to do that, and he was able to on that very last attack.